This is Radhashtami lecture discussion, Radharani Katha. This is Radhashtami 2025, and last year we read from different books about Radharani and the glories of Radharani, and this year we want to read from Bhakti-Rasmita Sindhu by Gopal Das Babaji, and he has many, throughout the book, Bhakti-Rasmita Sindhu, he refers to Radharani many different times, describing her different bhavas and her different leelas and her different exchanges with Krishna. So when you hear these all together, it gives you a very clear picture of the form and qualities and pastimes of Radharani. So, in the beginning, the Bhakti-Rasmita Sindhu talks about the characteristics of devotional service. So one of the characteristics is prema. And prema bhakti has the characteristic of Sri Krishna Akarshani, which means that when one has love for Krishna, he attracts Krishna and his associates. Jiva Goswami says the word Sri in Sri Krishna refers to Akarsha. Akarsha means to attract or to pull or to draw. So that's why when we're chanting Krishna's name, we're trying to draw him into our heart, trying to attract him into our heart. So that's the very name, Krishna, means attraction, Krishna. So the quality of prema is Sandrananda Visheshatma, that one experiences a concentrated, phenomenal, transcendental bliss by having love for Krishna. The other that attracts Krishna from the spiritual world to come down and give its darshan with the eyes. We can see Krishna with the eyes. We can see Radharani. We can see Vishaka, Rupanandi, everyone. We get the ability to see them. It's called Sakshatkar Darshan. And we get the blessings to have swarti, visions of them in our heart. So, reading from Nectar of Devotion, which is Prabhupada's presentation, translation, maybe some injected commentaries here and there. It's hard to say because there's no Sanskrit verses here. But it pretty much is based as a translation of all the verses. And occasionally, so it's almost the same as a Sanskrit to English edition of Bhakti-Rasmita Sindhu. But of course that's Prabhupada's flavor and touch. It's an interesting book, Nectar of Devotion, which he called Bhakti-Rasmita Sindhu. He published it very early in ISKCON. In 1969, he printed a Krishna book. In 1970, he printed this Nectar of Devotion, which is full of ras and full of nectar. So we're giving class on this book, Bhanu Swami's Sanskrit to English edition, with the commentaries of Vishwanath Chakravarti and Jiva Goswami. So Prabhupada describes his quality of Sri Krishna Karshani by citing who has the greatest frame for Krishna. That's Radharani. She frames through Radharani, but sometimes we say Mahabhav Surupini. The Radharani is the very form of Mahabhav, which is the highest expression, deepest attachment, and expression of loving service and attachment to Krishna is embodied in Radharani. So he says Prema Bhakti, which he calls devotional service, attracts Krishna. Krishna attracts everyone, but Prema attracts Krishna. So the symbol of Prema in the highest degree is Radharani. Krishna is called Madan Mahan, which means that he attracts thousands, has the attraction to conquer thousands of cupids. So that's the power of Krishna. So Cupid can't conquer Krishna, but Cupid can conquer everybody else, including Shiva and Brahma, and everybody gets conquered by Cupid. But Radharani, it's just like if you read the Gopal Das Babaji's books, it's one of the... That's not ours. Oh, you guys have good ears. It all becomes one in my ears. It sounds like it's on top of my head, you know. That's that side of my head, that's the top. Anyway, wow. So, anyway, he says Radharani is more attractive, is still more attractive than Krishna, for Radharani attracts. Oh, I was saying, it's not just Babaji's books, there's one style that he uses. He always, because most of his books are about, what, you want a fan? Jai Krishna wants a fan?
No, I'm fine.
All
I
right.
haven't said anything.
No, we asked because
I was wondering where the poster is.
Oh yeah, I don't know where it is.
Does anybody know?
Maybe it's in my room. I think it's in my room. It's all wet and I put it in my room.
Oh, I just want to see Radha.
Yeah, okay, we'll get her out of here. I like it.
I missed her really quickly.
Yeah, yes.
You talking about her's not enough. I gotta see it.
Yeah, okay, that's nice. Thank you for
I
that.
should have brought my Radha.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think you did by your bob. Your Radha is your bob. We're seeing your bob, so in your bob we can see Radharani also. So we thank you for that. Because it's only with bob. Yeah, you're telling us to set it up.
If
Also.
she gets it directly. I'm the tallest 10-year-old you'll ever meet.
Yeah, that's for sure. Craziest one too.
Yes, that's no doubt. But I thank my Guru Day for that.
Okay, good.
Followers.
Yeah, okay. You got his name also. Okay, so thank you. So therefore Radharani's name is what? Madan. Mohini. That Mohini aspect is important. Krishna has one Mohini aspect. He attracted Shiva, but he thought he was the only Mohini until Radharani showed her Mohini roop. And he lost it. She defeated him. So that's one entry. Let's see what else we have here. There's a lot of entries. They're all interesting. It's like you look at a kaleidoscope, and whatever way you shake it, it shows different forms, different colors and patterns, which are entertaining when you're 10 years old.
Or 12.
Or 85. It's a pretty cool thing. So this is like a kaleidoscopic presentation of the Radha Mahima. So I can read what I say. So let's see what it is. It says, this is the characteristic of one. This is about the 9 symptoms of Baba. So to illustrate the 9 symptoms of Baba, he cites an example of Radharani, where she's not in love of bhakti to Baba to prema, but her Baba is Mahababa. So one of the qualities of Baba is what? Nam Gane Sadaruchi. What does that mean?
Constant taste for chanting the holy name.
Yeah, means Ruchi means taste, for always glorifying the qualities and the activities of the Gane means singing about that who is named, the person named Krishna. So singing about his leelas, singing about his qualities, singing his name. It's not just name, because it's Nam Gani. Gani means sing. So singing means Leela Kirtan, Guna Kirtan, Rupa Kirtan. All these are included in Nam Gani Sada Ruchi. So what's an example of someone, who do you think is the most attached to chanting Krishna's name?
Radharani.
The answer to all my questions will be one word. So all I have to say is Radhe or Radha. We're not calling for Radharani, we're just mentioning so we say Radha. In the same Krishna Karnamrita, it says, one of the Sakhis of Radharani told Govinda, "Hey Govinda, Vrishabhanandani is now crying, and she's anxiously chanting your name, Krishna, Krishna." So we should think we're also chanting the name Krishna, Krishna. But are we crying? Maybe. Could be. Be good if we are. But we can think, I'm chanting, Radharani, we're chanting Hare Krishna, 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 we're chanting all the day long, Krishna, Krishna. But how many tears come out? So we can pray to Radharani. If we have that kind of soft heart, that kind of soft heart that Radharani has, that just by chanting Krishna's name she starts crying. That's a nice, inspirational, it's a glorification of Radharani. There you go in there. Hey Radharani, she's nice. Radharani really likes to be bathed on her birthday. She's bathed at 5 o'clock in the morning in Barsana. Have you ever seen it? You ever seen it? You go the night before, you stay over, you sleep over at Radharani's house. And I slept on the roof. It was really hot that year, wasn't much rain. I went a few years. And you sleep, and then you hear it start ringing bells about 4:45. And the curtain opens up, and there's a certain muhurta, depends on the time. The bath of Radharani can last for 10 minutes, or it can last for an hour, or like half an hour, or 20 minutes. It can vary. So you have to, if you go there in the morning hoping to get in, you can't get in at all. It's crazy. So she bathes there at 5 o'clock, and then she bathes at Radhakunda Govinath Temple at 10 minutes to 12. And then at 12:15 she bathed at Radha Govinda Temple. By 12, and so everywhere she's bathing at a different time. So let's see what this other quotation is. These are the qualities of Krishna. He has 14 qualities. 64 qualities, excuse me. So quality number 14 is Chitra. I don't know what it is in Sanskrit, but the translation is artistic. The quality is called Vidagdha. And here's the definition of Vidagdha. One who can talk and dress very artistically is called Vidagdha. And Radharani describes Krishna's Vidagdha quality. So Radharani is expert in glorifying Krishna. She said, "Hey Sakhi, my dear Sakhi, just see how nicely Krishna has written songs, and he dances and speaks funny words and plays the flute. He's wearing such nice flower malas. He dresses himself in such an enchanting way. Although he has defeated everyone at chess, he lives wonderfully at the topmost height of artistic craftsmanship." She's like a bubbling fountain of love of Krishna. she just can't suppress the surging of her heart to want to glorify Krishna. So she just grabs some stuff. Hey, listen, you know this guy Krishna, he's like this, like, okay, I know, but she's just going, he dresses, he sings, he writes, he defeats everybody in chess, because Krishna is a prince. So what is the favorite sport of kings when they're not fighting?
Chaturanga.
Chess.
Chess. You're on a Chaturanga or not?
Look at him.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll get it. Take it. Hey, go ahead and get a blue mat. Take yours. There's not a blue mat. No, don't get your mat. You can stay there, Sri Krishna. Okay, you get another mat. There's a blue mat inside. No, my room. It's on the floor, I think. So that's interesting, Radharani. Well, imagine being like that just for a little bit, 1%, to have such effusive heart just bubbling and sparkling with, like club soda. Right?
Shaken club soda.
Yeah, shake club soda. All the bubbles of carbon dioxide are running out everywhere. So Radharani is like that, glorifying Krishna. We hear the glories of Krishna, go to sleep. Because every day we sit in Bhagavatam class. And tell the truth, how many times have you fallen asleep in Bhagavatam class?
I lost count.
There's an honest guy. I lost count. He's got a great sense of humor also.
Truth is funny.
Okay, one of Krishna's 13th quality, he's a genius. So this is from Padyavali, and it's a conversation about the word vasa. Vasa means residence, vasa means clothing, vasa means many different things. So, one time in the morning, Radharani, here's the definition of genius. I don't know if... Anyway, here's a genius. A genius is someone... Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. A genius is someone who can defeat any kind of opposing argument with newer and newer arguments. So it's not really an argument, it's a love talk. It's prema love it's called. Prema love means love talk. But but Krishna is trying to show his genius with Radharani. I don't think he'll win, but Rupa Goswami is kind of trying to imply that he wins. But let's see, let's find out. We'll take a vote here. Who wins this alap, this conversation? Krishna met Radharani in the morning, and Radharani asked him, Keshav, Priyatam Keshav, where's your vasa at right now? So there's a footnote by Rupa Goswami. The Sanskrit word vasa means residence, like your house, means fragrance, and it means dress, clothing, outfit, etc. So Radharani was actually saying, where's your dress? But Krishna took the meaning, took Radharani saying, where is your dress at the present moment? And then Krishna took that to mean, what do you say? Took the meaning of residence. He said, my residence is in your eyes. That's pretty assumptive. But he wants that. I mean, everyone wants that. You know, that the lover's eyes are full of remembrance and the vision of the beloved may not always be the case or ever be the case, but so Krishna, he's a pretty smart guy, you know. He says in your eyes, so Radharani said, oh, you cunning one. You're a very cunning guy. You're a smart guy, huh? I didn't ask you about your home, I asked you about your dress. Then Krishna took the meaning of vasa, not as dress and not as home, but as fragrance. And he said, oh, Bhagini, oh, Subhagini. Name for our own. I have assumed this fragrance I have by associating with your body. He's really trying to get close to Radharani. I'm in your eyes, I'm so like you. You know. Radharani said, okay, where were you last night? Where were you last night? Because she met him in the morning, she didn't be here in the night. And is that my smell, your fragrance, or that some other gopi smell? Is that, am I in your eyes? Are you in my eyes, or, you know, or is Chandi in my eyes? And you stood me up. You won't shut up. Now you're coming here being so cocky and so cunning. I see through your whole charade. Okay, so then she goes, Krishna, he answered the word, he answered the Sanskrit where he changed to use a different word. He said, Yamin Yamushita. Yaminyam means at night, and Ushita means past. So Radharani asked him, she didn't ask about Vasa anymore. She asked, where did you spend the night last night? And now Krishna got in trouble. So by dividing this word into two, it came out that he was kidnapped by Yamini or night. So Krishna replied to Radharani, my dear Radharani, oh Priyaji, Haribo. He's a little guy. He's a midget human being. He's gonna get tall though, but looks so funny. He says on the breath. So what did Krishna say? He said, Radharani is implying that he got kidnapped by nighttime, by some girl in the night. So Krishna said, is it possible that the night can kidnap me? In this way, Krishna cunningly tried to avoid getting hung by Radharani. But what is your conclusion? Is he guilty or not guilty? Guilty as charged. Time for Mad. Go back to that night that you came from. I'm in a different day than you are, different time zone. Ciao. So that's like, good luck, kid. Okay, that's night. You have a lot of beautiful thoughts to think about tonight. Hopefully. Krishna got, right, Krishna have a real cool thing going on here. Okay, what else? I don't know, my page is right here, 70. Okay, I got the page number, where on the page, I don't know what it is. Oh, it's not maybe sometimes the page numbers are wrong also, unfortunately, from the index. Okay. Oh, there's not anything there. Oh, okay. Krishna's 26th quality is grave. What is the Sanskrit for that? I think it's Gambhira. Gambhira. So you say Gambhira? You said Dhira. But it's almost the same meaning, the same different words. It means the same. Can be Dhira, but I think it's Gambhira. Gambhira means deep, deeply grave. Dhira means slightly grave. It's a matter of context and degree. A person who does not express their mind to everyone, whose mental activity and plan of action are very difficult to understand, is called grave. And then here's an example of Krishna's gravity in connection with his love affairs with Radharani. Although Krishna was always silent about his love affairs with Radharani, so so much that Baladev, his older brother and constant companion, could not understand the transformations of Krishna on account of his gravity. So Krishna was able to fool his brother, conceal his ecstatic feelings for Radharani because of his quality. That's more like the quality of Krishna. Anyway, Radharani's name is mentioned there, that's why it came up. Okay, 96. Okay. Special treat. Dear Lalita, these are qualities of Krishna. So, what is Dear Lalita? Does anyone know the definition?
No, it's playful.
Playful, youthful.
Playful and a good comedian, a good joker. Playful, everyone's playful to some extent, sometime of the day. But not everyone's a good joker, good comedian. But what's the main quality of Dear Lalita?
Carefree and controlled by the love of the yogis.
Controlled by Radharani, Prem Vasibhut Radharani. That's her, what quality is that of Radharani, what number?
25.
25 quality, 25th quality. A person's Dear Lalita is naturally very funny, always youthful, expert at joking, and free from anxiety. Such a Dear Lalita personality can be found to be very submissive to his lover. The Yajnapat, well, let's see. One day Radharani and her Sakhis were resting in a garden. That sounds really cool. Maybe this garden. Vishaka Kunj. Imagine coming out and see Radharani sleeping on the grass. On a shatai. That'd be like, are you gonna have a dream like that tonight? That'd be great. At that time, Krishna arrived and sat down. So who was there in that assembly?
Radharani, Sakhis and Krishna.
Radharani, Sakhis and Krishna. And Krishna started narrating very impudently about the previous night's leelas of Radharani. While he was speaking, Radharani became very embarrassed. She was feeling ashamed and was absorbed in thought. And Krishna took the opportunity to mark Radharani's breast with different kinds of tilak. Krishna showed he was very expert in this art. This shows Krishna's Dear Lalita quality. Wow, it's amazing. I think you would get a slap. Babaji Maharaj was massive, but she's really taller than white. Because she exists for Krishna's happiness. So, she doesn't want, all the Sakhis to hear what she did last night with Krishna. Otherwise they would be in the kunja. The only person allowed in the kunja are who? The Dasis are Radharani, the Priya Dasis are Radharani, the Nitya Sakhis and Pran Sakhis are Pran Sakhis. The Radharani's not different from her Pran. Her life heirs, Rupa Manjri, Tulsi Manjri, Any Manjri, You Manjri, She Manjri. And they're there with Radharani, but Lalita's not there, Vishaka's not there, no one else is there. But it's sleeping in the garden of Radharani, she's surrounded by all her Astasaki. Krishna said, last night Radharani did this, I did that. She said. Then she just closed her eyes, she doesn't want to hear it, so she closed her eyes. She'll still hear it, but she won't see how the gopis are smiling or giggling or laughing. So she's inattentive and not, so Krishna said, your eyes are closed, okay? So he's like, what is that? Was she okay? You don't hear that. Well, at least in this book, you don't hear she gets slapped. Maybe another book she gets slapped. Because it's subjective Yoruba Manjari. So she's feeling a little sympathy for Krishna. But some other Padakarta, some Bengali, what are you doing? He's got a bunch of junk in his mouth. He's making a nest somewhere. Up there, I guess. No, he's behind the plastic. He's making a guest house or something. MVT. Excuse me. Okay, let's go on here. 2020. It's really nice stuff, Don't you like it? It's just pure nectar. That's why it's called Rasamrita Sindhu. This is the symptom of ecstasy. These are symptoms of ecstasy. Called anubhavas. When the heart gets excited, then the anubhavas are voluntary. You do this, you literally do it. You roll on the ground. You say, I'm in ecstasy, I'm going to roll on the ground. So you consciously decided. But there's something that's called anubhava. Anu means following. When your love gets excited, then you want to express it. You run down the street and kick your heels, or throw your hands in the air, or if you're angry, you want to throw the light against the wall and throw the dog down the stairs and stuff. Well, some people do that. You want to kick something or somebody, or you got to express your anger through your body. So that's willful expression of emotion. It's called anubhava. So one is rolling on the ground, what's called vilutita. So check this out. One duty, what's a duty?
Messenger.
One gopi messenger gave a message to Krishna. The Radharani. That's cool. In other words, one duty, one Sakhi. Is ringing? Oh. Stop.
Yes.
Okay. It looks like we should move. Bharshane Wali Radhe, Shri Radhe Radhe Radhe. So, where are we here? So one gopi came to tell the news to Krishna about what was happening of Radharani. So Radharani was separated from Krishna because she became very enchanted by smelling the fragrance of his flower garland. She was rolling on the ground and bruising her soft body. That's her symbol of ecstatic love. She couldn't contain her love, and so she expressed it by rolling on the ground in separation. Because for some reason she was locked in the house or couldn't get out of the house and yelled to meet Krishna. So she was separated and feeling very unhappy by that separation. And she expressed it by this form of anubhava called vilutita, rolling on the ground. Sounds like an unhappy situation. Let's see what else we have here. Can you turn the light on, please? Light. Thank you. One gopi is singing loudly. Hunkara. Hunkara actually means roaring like a lion. Hunkara. When you read about Gaura Lila or sing bhajans about Gauranga Kirtan, the word Hunkara is very prominently there in Bengali and Hindi. Bengali primarily bhajans. About Gauranga, he was roaring like a lion, especially it's used to describe Vaitacharya. He was like a lion. In Kirtan, he would roar like a lion. In some books like Chaitanya Bhagavat said that the sound was going up to the top of the universe. That's pretty loud. So this is one gopi's telling Krishna about Radharani singing his glories. The Radharani was the gopi came to report to Krishna. Radharani was so enchanted. She enchanted all her Sakhis in such a way they all became stone-like and dull. At the same time, the nearby stones started to melt in ecstasy. That's interesting. I don't know how it doesn't say anything about it, singing loudly. I guess she was loudly singing the glories of Krishna. So some gopi went to tell Krishna that Radharani's loudly singing her glories, and all the gopis are becoming stunned. Stunned. It's stamba means, it's a type of it. It's sadvik bhava, being stunned. Where's my handkerchief? Oh, okay. There you go, in. So that's that one, and then little drops here and there. Yes, like 1, 23. This is an interesting one. This is one of the symptoms of, this is one anubhava called belching. What is the Hindi word for that? Dakar. Oh, there's some Hindi joke about that. Dakar, bakar, whatnot.
Dakar is Dakar, Dakar is Dakar.
Yeah, that's it. What is the guy go? That prachar is the Dakar of bhakti. Prachar means preaching. So when you're full of Krishna, then you open your mouth and preach. So when you're full of food, go to your mouth and belch. So this was spoken by Narayana Maharaj from Gaudiya Math. He said, how do you say it in Hindi?
Dakar.
The idea of the sentence.
Prachar.
Prachar is the belching of advancement in bhakti.
प्रचार भक्ति का डकार है.
What?
प्रचार भक्ति का डकार है.
Prachar Bhakti,
का भक्ति का डकार.
Bhakti Ka Dakar. So Prachar Dakar. So it's like a joke he's making, play on words. So, but Radharani's, well, she's also belching. Do you know why? Have you ever heard this before? Oh, your life is wasted. Sometimes belching is a symptom of ecstatic love for Krishna. So next time after dinner, if you belch, you tell your wife, I'm in ecstasy of love of God. She may not believe you. Purnamasi one time said to a crying Sakhi friend of Radharani, she said, "Oh Sakhi, don't worry because Radharani is belching. I will give her some medicine. I will treat this symptom. This belching, this is Purnamasi speaking. Radharani's belching is not due to indigestion. It's a sign of ecstatic love for Krishna. So I shall arrange to cure this belching immediately. Don't worry." So what's going to happen?
He's going to arrange for the meeting.
Paramasi is going to make sure Krishna comes to there because he's a medicine. She's belching in separation from Krishna, remembering his love, and so she's manifesting ecstatic symptoms. Okay, that's a really wild one. I thought that would entertain you. Okay, now existential ecstatic love, which is how Prabhupada translates subject bhavas. These are, you can't control this. You can't tell your hair, I'm really feeling ecstatic. Hair is still on the end. You know, a dog chase, you're going to Mangalartik in ISKCON, and 5 dogs start chasing you. And you tug the hair on your arms, stand on end, and start shivering, and start running. That's going to happen automatically. So that automatic symptoms of ecstasy without your conscious effort are called sattvic vikars. That's the difference between anubhava and sattvic bhavas. Sattvic bhava, you do it deliberately. I mean, kind of. There's some consciousness of it. But, sattvic bhava, you just, your emotions intensify. You don't say, oh, I really feel bad, or I feel bad, and then I cry, I want to cry now. It doesn't work like that. You feel bad, you cry automatically, maybe sometimes. Or you feel happy, you also cry sometimes. It happens automatically. The movement of the heart disturbs the life airs, and then the body reacts and the tears come. There's a scientific explanation of it, which the acharyas also give when they describe Ras, but it's all unconsciously happening because of the heart's feelings. So one time, Radharani was making a garland for Krishna of kunda flowers, and she heard Krishna's flute, and she immediately stopped stopped making the garland. This is an example. Indirect ecstatic love. So he's describing different types of ecstatic love, and so Radharani, just while she's making a garland for Krishna, she hears Krishna's flute in the distance. She starts exhibiting this symptom of perspiring. It says she became moist. Indirect moistening, existential, sattvic vikar. She started perspiring. So that shows the sattvic vikar. And what is the udipan? What is the stimulant for the sthairati to get going? The stimulant is the sound, the vamshi nada. or Venonad, the Vamshir, Murali the sound of the flute, inspired Radharani's heart. That's called Vivav Alamban Udipan. So now we have another description here, 2025. This is another example of perspiration Sweta, one of the Sattvic vikars. It's described in Bhagavatam. One gopi said to Radharani, "Dear Radharani, you're criticizing the sunshine unnecessarily. But I think that you're perspiring because you're becoming too lusty at seeing Krishna." That's really intimate girl talk. That's really, but it's right there. Rupa Goswami is showing this in the Bhakti Rasmita Sindhu. So that's perspiring Sweta, Sattvic Vikar, due to becoming extremely excited and loved towards the beloved. And now there's perspiration caused by fear. When you get afraid of something, you perspire. Like you dream of a tiger chasing you at night. You may be running in your sleep, in your dream. You wake up and you're all sweated because you got really scared, and you're really running. It came in your body also, because the mind and body are intimately connected. So this is, one day Krishna dressed himself as Abhimanyu. Who's that?
So-called husband of Radha.
So-called husband of Radharani. Ayan Ghosh, they say in Bengali. Then Raktak, who's Raktak?
Servant of Krishna.
He's a coward guy, but he lives in Nandagram and he does personal service to Krishna in Nandagram, like bathing him and dressing him, taking care of his clothes and different things. So he's Raktak and Patrak, or I think they're brothers actually. So he saw Krishna, he didn't recognize him. So when he saw Krishna at Abhimanyu, Raktak started rebuking and criticizing, speaking Gali Bhasha to Abhimanyu. Dirty words. What color is Abhimanyu?
Sham.
Anyone know? Don't know.
Maybe Sham.
You ever went to Yavat and saw the Murti of Abhimanyu?
Yeah, I have, but I forgot.
Sham.
Hello?
Sham, yes.
What's the question I asked?
Gone to Yavat and saw Abhimanyu.
You went?
Yes.
What color was he?
Blue.
He's bluish black. More black than blue. Oh, he's the same color as Krishna. Why?
Because it's Krishna's shadow.
Who is Abhimanyu anyway?
Krishna's shadow.
The Srup Shakti of Krishna. Just like someone called me from Delhi and asked me a question. They said, there's a very interesting question, it's about Radha and Krishna. They said, this is a Gaudiya Vaishnava, because other Vaishnavas have different conception, different idea about this whole thing, and that's why there's different sampradayas and different viewpoints and whatever. So the question was, how is it that Vrishabhanu and Kirtida so much loved Krishna, they wanted nothing more in the world than to have their daughter marry Krishna? And Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they love Radharani so much, especially Yashoda. She thinks it's like her daughter, and she wants so much to marry Krishna, marry Radharani. So why didn't Radha and Krishna ever get married? This is the Gaudiya conception. So they asked me that. So I gave the answer. I said, because Parakya Bhava is Nitya, it's eternal. In Aprakat, this is the Gaudiya conception, remember. In Aprakat Lila, in the spiritual world, and in Prakat Lila in this material world. When Vrindavan is manifested and the Krishna's Lila is visible in the material world, Parkya Bhav is also here and is also there. So I said, who is Abhimanyu anyway? Abhimanyu, Krishna can't have any Leelas with Radharani without his own Swarup Shakti. So Abhimanyu is Krishna's Swarup Shakti. But in the spiritual world, there's no Abhimanyu. There's an Abhiman. It's Abhiman, it's Abhimanyu, which means always angry. But Abhimanyu becomes Abhiman. Very tricky, huh? Abhiman means mentality. In the spiritual world, Radharani has a mentality, I'm married. But she's not married in the spiritual world. There's no Abhimanyu in the spiritual world. Radharani lives in Barsana, and she goes to Yavat maybe to visit someone, I don't know about that part. But she has the idea, oh, I'm married. And Krishna calling me to the forest to meet in the Kunja Leela. My husband might catch me. So all the obstacles, all the rarity of meeting, all the suspense, all the ecstasy of that extramarital relationship is all there because of Abhiman. So I said, who is Abhimanyu anyway? The so-called husband is Krishna's this expansion. That's an interesting point. Abhimanyu becomes Abhiman. Abhimanyu. So what other quotation we have here? So, but then Raktak understood that Krishna was dressed in, because Raktak saw Krishna dressed up as Abhimanyu, he started criticizing, cursing, and he said, wait a minute, Raktak, I'm Krishna. Oh, sorry, boss. Sorry, boss. Don't fire me. I like my job, you know. So, who began perspiring? Raktak. He was really afraid of what? Losing his job. Yeah, that's a serious fear. People are always afraid of losing a job. So let's see what else we have here. 226, 227. Every page has some interesting thing here. That was actually a Raktak, but somehow. Radharani likes to hear about Krishna and his stories, I guess. This is about what's the Sanskrit for standing hair, erect bodily hairs? Romancha. Romancha is hair standing on end. There's an example of this. When the gopis were dancing with Krishna Ras Leela, Krishna suddenly disappeared, and Radharani the gopis searched for him. This doesn't say very much. This Radharani was searching for him. So because her name is okay. This is Swara Beta. Swara Beta means breaking of the voice, faltering of the voice. It's also a symptom of prema in Sattvic Bhava. When Akura was taking Krishna out of Nandagram to take him to Mathura, Yashoda and all the gopis tried to stop Akura and keep him from blocking his way. At that time, Radharani was very disturbed, and in a faltering voice, she requested Yashoda to please stop Akura. That's a very tragic scene. That's chapter 39 of the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. It's called Viraha Gita. The gopis are singing their hearts out in great fear and anxiety and mood of separation. That's what Viraha means. Vira, impending separation from Krishna. There's 12 verses in chapter 39, 10th canto, called Vira Gita. I think it's 12 or so. So when Krishna met the gopis, he told them to go back home. That was in Radhashtami, chapter 29, 10th canto. The gopis became very angry, and he began to speak in Krishna in faltering voices. And Krishna is sometimes a little cruel, seems like it, but it's always had some reason for that, to bring out the glories of Radharani's love for the world. So trembling is also a symptom called Vapatu. When Krishna was trying to capture a demon, the demon Shankasura, what was Shankasura? Shankasura. It should be Shankachuda, it just said Shanka. Shankachuda, who is he? The Yaksha. Similar idea. The Yaksha. Was Yakshas live in Alakapuri, where Kuvera's kingdom is. They're servants of Kuvera, they carry gold, they carry gold here and there. It's said that Ravana had a brother. What is his brother's name? Mai Ravana had a kingdom in Brazil, in South America. And Ravana was engaging Yakshas in bringing gold from Brazil through invisible channels. The Yakshas were carrying gold from Brazil, which is full of gold even today. It's so many gold in the hills and mountains, and carrying it to Sri Lanka. That's why the streets of Lanka were paved with gold. That's a famous thing. That the whole kingdom, Lanka I think means gold, doesn't it?
Lanka means island.
Lanka means island. Oh, okay. So.
Sri Lanka.
Sri means
Wealth. Opulence.
Well, yeah, it was Sri, whatever. That's Lakshmi, whatever. But anyway, that's the thing with the Yakshas. So Shankachuda was the Yaksha. He came on Holy Purnima. He came to Govardhan, and Radha and Krishna, and also Balaram, were playing holy at nighttime. Must have been pretty wild. The only light was the full moon. So it's when you get your face all covered with colors, looking really like a hobgoblin or like a ghost. If there's nobody can see very clearly, you don't feel so embarrassed. So they were playing holy. It's described in the Bhagavatam. They're playing holy near Govardhan. This Ratnavedi is near Kusuman Sarovar. It's called Ratnavedi. Radharani was on a jeweled dais, a jeweled asan, and Shankachuda came, picked up the asan, and ran out to Lagamohan Kund. Lagamohan Kund is out there in the field somewhere. It's all chickpeas now, or housing development or something. But there used to be a kund there called Lagamohan Kund. And Krishna told Balaram to watch all the gopis, his gopis and Balaram's own gopis. And Krishna chased Shankachuda and knocked him out. So when Krishna was chasing Shankachuda, Radharani was trembling and shaking in fear. She was worried about the safety of her beloved. So at that time, while she was showing this tribulation of trembling, she said to one gopi, she said, "Don't joke with this disappointing boy." Oh, this is another pastime actually. Radharani's trembling, and she tells some gopi, "Stop joking with this disappointing boy. Please tell him not to approach me, because he's always causing grief to all of us." So Radharani's, I guess, angry. So she's trembling in anger and telling some gopis, trying to encourage Krishna to come towards Radharani. And she said, hey, what? She chews her out. She told the Gopi, hey, don't encourage this guy. But she was trembling at the time she was saying that. Well, that's nice. There's so many deep layers to all their pastimes. 39, 34. So what's it going to be? It's all surprise. It's all new, mostly. New ideas to think about, only their emotional qualities. Oh, now this is, these are Sanchari Babas. They're called Vyabhachari Babas. They enhance the Stairati. They come and go like waves that rise and fall on an ocean. Sanchari means moving. They move into one's mind and heart and influence one for a few minutes, then they move out. So that's why it's called Sanchari. Sun means in all directions, and Chari means moving. It's called Vyabhachari. Vyabhachari Babas. It's one of the 5 Babas that make up the experience of Ras, Prem Ras, at the platform of Prema. So this one, Radharani is experiencing Nirveda. Nirveda means disappointment. It's from Don Kele Kamudi. What does that book describe?
Tax collecting.
Don Gati.
Tax pastime at Govardhan, at Don Gati, Don Bihari, the big temple of Don Bihari, Giriraj, a big Govardhan Shila there, at the top of the road there, on the side you can see Don Bihari. So that's a narrow passage where you can walk down from Varsana or Nandagram and pass through Govardhan. So Krishna would go there with the coward boys in the daytime and tax the gopis and harass them, and it's supposed to be a funny pastime, but sometimes it got a little heavy. So Radharani talks to one of the Sakhis. Oh, dear Sakhi, if I don't hear about the glories of Krishna, I should become deaf. I should lose my ability to hear. I am now unable to see him. Now I can't see him. It would be good for me to become a blind woman. So I can't hear about Krishna or see him. I should become deaf and blind. This is it's supposed to be an example of disappointment due to separation from Krishna. In other words, Radharani is so disappointed in separation from Krishna. She doesn't want to see anything or anyone anymore. She doesn't want to hear anything. So these are major senses why we navigate the world, by sound and by sight. If you don't have any sound or sight, you're practically non-existent. Very difficult to exist. So it's another way of saying, if I can't meet with Krishna, I'm so disappointed, I don't want to exist in this world. Because can you exist without hearing and seeing? There are deaf and dumb people that have a stick and they walk around. It's very, very difficult, a very dangerous way to live. Usually get hit by a car or this or that, or fall in a ditch, or it's a very painful way to live. It's another way of saying I want to die. If I can't hear or hear about Krishna's glories or see Krishna, I want to die. That's another way of saying it. I don't want to hear, I don't want to see anymore. So that's a very amazing Sanchari Baba is revealing here. So you can understand when they say Radharani is the greatest lover of Krishna, what does that mean? What does that entail? This is some glimpse of the depth of her heart and personality. She's our Sramani, she's our everything. This Sanjay Bab called depression. It's translated as guilt, but it's also actually depression. And it says, when a person blames themselves for committing an inappropriate action, this feeling is called guilt or depression. It's not guilt. It's called, in Sanskrit, it's glani. Glani. What does glani mean? G-L, long A-N-I, glani.
Planning is decrease. Planning
Diminishing.
yeah, decreasing. That's what I'm saying. Decreasing, diminishing.
Feeling low about oneself.
Feeling low. Well, depression is, because I wrote in my note I translated as depression, because the book says guilt.
Feeling low about oneself.
Oh, feeling I'm unworthy. I'm feeling low,
Yes.
low estimation of yourself.
That's what she said.
Is that what you're saying? One day Radharani was churning yogurt for Krishna. At that time her bangles, kangan? Kangan were circling around and around, and she was chanting Krishna's name. That's a good way to do seva. Do seva and chant Krishna's name, singing and working. All of a sudden she thought, oh, I'm chanting Krishna's name, and Jatila and Kutila may hear me. When she had this thought, Radharani became very anxious. This is an instance of feeling guilty because of devotion to Krishna. I don't know about that, but anyway. And there's another example. One day Radharani entered the forest to collect some flowers to make a garland for Krishna. While she was collecting flowers, she became afraid that someone may see her, and she felt some weakness and fatigue, and she had guilty feelings caused by collecting flowers. Yeah, it's an interesting way to describe this Sanchari Bhav. Anyway, it's reality. After passing a night with Krishna, Radharani felt so weak she couldn't stand to get up from bed. So Krishna took her hand to help her get up from bed. Radharani was feeling guilty for having passed the night with him. That sounds so hard to believe, all this. I don't understand it so much, this quality. I have to be this. Have to have a spiritual body, I think, to understand this. Feeling guilty. I guess that's just the human aspect, because it's called Naralila. So she, in one sense in Naralila, she has a husband, and so there is some guilt there. She feels, oh, I shouldn't be with somebody else at night. I'm getting up and he's helping me up. I feel I'm not a very good person. A low estimation of yourself, that's what it means. A low estimation of yourself. Guilt, it sounds like you do a crime, You robbed the bank, I'm guilty. I'm guilty, Your Honor. So guilty is not really exactly the right translation. It's more like feeling bad about yourself. I'm glad we got the idea of what it means with your help. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see what else we have. 39. These are amazing things. This will be a really nice tape when it gets all collected. After the fact, to hear this. Just think right now in India, there's thousands and thousands of classes going on glorifying Radharani. From Bhagavatam, from Puranas, other Puranas, Vishnu Purana, from everywhere, from Gopal Das Upanishad, somebody giving a class about that, and Durvasa Muni, and Krishna too, Brahmachari, Krishna Brahmachari, and all kinds of classes. And they're all different, all like kaleidos, like a diamond has so many facets. Diamond has so many angles and facets to make it a diamond. So Radharani is, the glories of Mahima Radharani are being like creating a diamond of glories. So this is one idea. So wonder who had this idea. Maybe this I'm the only one doing this. Maybe not, I don't know. But everyone, because I was looking on the net some classes on Radhashtami, they're mostly on Bhagavatam and like that. So this is an interesting idea. How Rupa Goswami presents the glories of Radharani in his classic work, Bhakti Rasrita Sindhu. Maybe next year we'll do Uttala Nilamani, or finish this because it's pretty long. What time is it also?
6:14.
5:14.
5:14.
5:40. We start at 4.
5:14.
5:14, okay. Because I'm still difficult, but I like it. I'm enjoying it, but it's still a struggle. But this is service, so service is always struggle sometimes. So there's this intoxication, madness called mada. Mada means intoxication, means a type of madness, and this is an example of Radharani showing the quality of mada. One time Radharani saw Krishna and she was walking back and forth and laughing and sometimes covering her face and sometimes talking without any meaning and sometimes she was praying to her gopis. Seeing these symptoms in Radharani, the gopis began to talk among themselves. Just see, Radharani has become intoxicated. She's acting like a drunken person simply by seeing Krishna standing before her. This is an instance of ecstatic love and intoxication of Mada. That's really cool. This is the next quality of love is pride. Garva. Garva is pride. Okay. So once during the rasa dance, Radharani left the rasa dance, and Krishna went to search for her. One of Radharani's gopis said to Krishna, Krishna, you've been very nicely serving our Radharani, but now you have left all the other gopis to search for her. Please allow me to inquire how you want Radharani to treat you. Oh, this is not Radharani's quality, this is the quality of the gopi. This is an instance of feeling pride on account of exquisite beauty. So somehow, okay, let's go on. Sometimes Radharani felt pride within herself and said, although the cowherd boys make nice flower garlands for Krishna, when I give him my garland, he becomes struck with wonder and immediately accepts it and puts it on his heart. In other words, my garlands are better than your garlands. That's pride. Woman's pride. It's nice. She has that pride. Everyone's making garlands, the cowboy's making garlands, but Krishna takes that one and puts it to his heart. First, most garlands Krishna puts on his neck. But what does Krishna do with Radharani's garland when he gets it?
Smile.
I'm not hearing any answers.
Smile.
Captain.
He smiles.
Smells it.
Yes.
Smells. Close.
Kiss.
More elaboration. The answer is correct. I want more elaboration.
Intoxicated.
He smells stronger than me.
This answer is correct. Think about it and elaborate more.
Kiss.
Okay, what's the question? Let's ask again. When Krishna gets a garland from the cowherd boy, he puts it on his neck. But Radharani's proud when he touches to his heart. But what does he do before he touches Radharani's garland to his heart?
Becomes struck with wonder.
Yeah, okay, that's all. He's always that way. He takes the garland, and he smells it. But he's not smelling the garland, he's trying to smell the body of Radharani, which is left by her handprints from milking the garland. I know you meant that, but you didn't say it. That was the implied meaning, but it wasn't stated. I know you had the answer. Show pride now. Sorry. Okay. So this is how much honor and respect, Adar, that Krishna shows Radharani's garland. First he takes it. He doesn't touch to his head. That's what we do. He takes it. He tries to find, oh, this Radharani's hand touched this flower. He smells her hand that he used to make the garland. Then he goes, oh, this is my Radharani, my beloved. Then he puts it. So it's 1, 2, 3. Smells her hands, touches to his heart, puts it on his neck. So what do we do with the garland? We do 3 things also. We touch it to our head to show respect. We touch it to our heart to show our love, and put it on our neck. Do we?
And also ice.
We smell also.
We
smell also.
We put it on.
Well, you guys do a whole ritual. I mean, come on. Touch your ear to hear it. What does it sound like? I mean, touch your eyes, touch your forehead. I mean, the eyes are close to your forehead. When you touch your forehead, the eyes hit it too. I gotta get my answer. I don't establish my validity of my answer. What upmanship, you know, you went on vacation to South India, that's really great. You know where I went on vacation? I went all over Europe. Oh, you're a bigger guy than me, you know. That's the world's going on like that. Okay, let's see what else we have here. 43. We're seeing the spiritual world right now. We're in it. This quality called Unmad, expression of love for Krishna, Unmad. Unmadni Radharani ki jai. Gauranga Thakur describes in his book, Krishna Karnamrita, Radharani purifies the whole world because she surrendered completely to Krishna. Out of ecstatic love for Krishna, Radharani sometimes acts like a mad person, and she churns yogurt in a pot, but there's no yogurt in the pot. And one day Krishna saw this. He saw Radharani churning yogurt, churning churning air inside a pot, thinking she was churning yogurt to make butter for Krishna. So Krishna became so enchanted by this sight that he started to milk a bull instead of a cow. I don't know what the bull thought about that. I wouldn't advise imitating Krishna Leela.
Yeah, very dangerous.
It says in Puranas, describes about behavior. It said animals with horns, you should stay 200 meters away from them. So here in India, wild bulls walk down the street, people pet them, and they're supposed to. Veda Shastra say you should stay 200 meters away from them. We just, they come down and buy something right alongside of you, There are different kind of bulls here. Radharani bulls. It's like crazy, you know. Nowhere in the world people would get, you know, walk down the street with a bull walking down the street. I mean, it's inconceivable. Okay, so that's a pretty funny thing. This is called Moha. Bewilderment, confusion, illusion. There's a book by Rupa Goswami, a small book about, it's a play actually. It's not a play, well it's like a play. It's called Hamsaduta, where Lalita Sakhi talks to a swan, gives her a message to fly down to Mathura and tell Krishna how the gopis are faring in separation from him. It's a very touching book, and Krishna sends a reply to Lalita and Radharani in a book called Uddhava Sandesh. So these books go together. They're by Rupa Goswami. They're classic books. Hamsaduta was the first book, and the second book is Krishna's reply, Uddhava Sandesh. So this is a quotation from that. One day, Radharani was feeling very much afflicted in separation from Krishna. So she went to the bank of the Yamuna with the Sakhis, and she saw a Kunja Mandir where she and Krishna had experienced many loving pleasures. And by remembering these leelas, she became dizzy. This dizziness was prominently visible, and this is an instance of confusion caused by separation. This is considered to be an example of Radharani displaying moha, confusion, dizziness due to love. Now that's where we go. We go on yatras to visit all these different lila stories of Krishna, because someday we're on level prema in some Boma Vrindavan lila. When we see the lila stories, we'll be in ecstasy or go into moha. I mean, there's, I forget the book, there's a book that describes, there's some book that describes, I think maybe it's Narottam Das Babaji in Prarthana. He said, when will I come to Vrindavan? When will I come to Vrindavan? And ask the Vrajvasis to show me the lila stories of Krishna. And when I go to those leelas, when they show me, the Vrajvasis show me the lila stories and tell me the leelas of Krishna, I will go into ecstasy. I'll perspire. I think it's one song, Bhaja, in Prarthana. Yeah, it is. And when I go in and feel ecstasy and go into moha and different things. So that's possible even for a prema bhakta like Narottam Das Thakur. Because I remember reading that, and I was thinking, that's his experience of yatra, Braj Yatra, but mine is not exactly anywhere near that. Let's see what else we have here. 49. This is called Rita. Rita means bashfulness, also means being ashamed. Rita. Is that Hindi, similar word? V-R-long-I-D-A, Rita. No. The Sanskrit. Do you know the word?
Waste.
Anyway, that's the word, but it's Leela Radharani. When Radharani was first introduced to Krishna, she felt very bashful. One of her Sakhis said at that time, "Oh Sakhi, You have already sold yourself and all your beauty to Govinda. Now you shouldn't be bashful. Please look upon him cheerfully. One who has sold an elephant to another person should not quarrel about selling the ankush, which controls the elephant. The guy has an elephant and he sells it. It costs 1 lakh for an elephant. So you give him 1 lakh, and then the guy says, "Well, what about the elephant goad? The goad is called ankush." "No, you have to pay 500 rupees for that." "Oh, why, man? You give me 1 lakh, you can't. You're so cheap, you can't throw that in." So the Sakhi's making that analogy to Radharani. You already gave your beauty and everything to him. Don't be shy now. Now go for it, you know. Just jump in his arms, you know. This is bashfulness due to a new introduction in ecstatic love. That's so funny. Okay, let's see what else we have. Sounds like somebody getting murdered across the street. The house always sounds like that. It's always loud. This is a type of, I guess it's a Brahmachari Bhav called Avahita Bhav. Avahita means covering. Avahita means covering, concealing, hiding one's feelings. Trying to hide one's real mental condition by externally showing another attitude. In this state of mind, one tries to hide their mind by looking in different directions, or by unnecessarily trying for something which is impossible, or by using words which cover one's real thoughts. According to acharyas, these attempts of hiding one's real affection are another part of ecstatic feeling for Krishna. So here's an example. Radharani showing Avahita Bhav. One time Radharani was thinking that Krishna is involved with another gopi. So she confided in her Sakhi. She said, "Hey Sakhi, I think Krishna is attached to another gopi. I'm full of fear and the hairs of my body are standing on end. I must be very careful that Krishna can't see me now." This is an instance of Avahita Bhav, concealment caused by shyness and diplomatic behavior. It has also been stated, although Radharani developed deep loving affection for Krishna, she had her attitude, interesting description, she hid her attitude in the core of her heart, so others could not detect her actual condition. This is a cause of Avahita Bhav, concealment caused by gentleness, or shyness, whatever. This is called Sriti, which is one of the Sanchari Bhavas, remembering Krishna. One Sakhi went to Krishna to give him the news. He said, "Do you know yesterday Radharani saw a blue rain cloud in the sky, and she immediately remembered you, and she became lusty for your association." This is an instance of remembering Krishna and ecstatic love, because seeing something that reminds you of Krishna. So Radharani saw a blue rain cloud and thought of Krishna. That's pretty common. Even rain cloud is called, rain is called, one of Krishna's names is Ganesham. That means concentrated blueness. Ganesham like a rain cloud. It's dark blue, bluish gray, because it's full of water. So Krishna is full of ras. Rasaraj Sri Krishna. Akila Rasamrita Murti. The unlimited reservoir of all different rasas. Mukhi ras and Guna rasas. So he's Guna ras, Guna sham, like a rain cloud. And in the right situation, he lets down all the rain. So right, this situation, he drowns people with ras. And Rasika Vaishnavas, they're the level of Bhav and Prem. They can taste that sweet ras of Krishna's loving pastimes and loving association and meditation. So that's why it's called Ganesham. There's a song in Hindi. What's that song?
Shyam Radhe Radhe Ghan Shyam Radhe Radhe
Nikunja mein viraje Ganesham Radhe Radhe. You know that song? Sing it. Nikunja mein viraje Ganesham Radhe Radhe.
Kunj
Radhe Radhe Ganesham Radhe Radhe
Ghan
Radhe
Shyam
Radhe Ganesham Radhe Radhe. Nikunja mein viraje Ganesham Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. So, thank you. Okay, that's nice. Brijvasi, authentic. We're all desiring to become Brijvasis. You did also last life. You became one. Or you were one last life also. Hard to say. Probably like that. Because Brijvasis, they love Braj. So last life, this life, next life, it's only going to be in Braj. They don't think about going back home, back to God. For them, home is Vrindavan. They're going. I'm born in Barsana. I'll be born in Barsana next life. And next life. They don't have any problem. They just sing all the time and they're happy. Look at them. They're enjoying life. They're lucky guys. We're a little envious. I'm sorry about that, but we're envious in a respectful way. Respectful envy. Because we want what you have, but we don't want to be you or take anything you have. We want your birth and next life. So that's what we pray for that Ashirvad. Janmantar. For the true Brijvasi, like they say, I don't know if it's true, you can confirm. I was told that old people in the village, when they describe cremation in Shastra, how to do the shamshan, the body is lying face up on top of the wood and cow dung, whatever it is. So real Brijvasis, they ask their sons or daughters or whatever, when I die, I want to be burned on cow dung. I don't want my body to be like, my eyes to be looking up. I want my eyes to be looking down. I want you to lie me with my face down. This is against Shastra. So the Brijvasis don't care about Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita wasn't 16 chapters, 23rd verse, what does it say? Yashastra vidyam utrija vartate kamakarata nasasim avavnati nasukana brahmgatim. If you don't follow Shastra, you don't get siddhi, you don't get perfection, you don't get happiness, you don't get anything. Brahmgatim. So Brijvasis say, we don't care. Our Brahmgatim is right here. We're in our Brahmgatim. We're nowhere to go. We already got the highest destination. The highest birth is Brijvasis, and the highest place is Vrindavan. So burn me on cow dung. Don't cut down a sacred Kalarishi tree to burn my body. Cow dung is dropped everywhere. Vrindavan is full of cow dung. Just clicks on cow dung. I mean, it's like burning on trees. If you're a king, you get burned on sandalwood trees. Not just, we're saying cow dung, what do you say in American slang?
Poop.
No, because the S and ends with T.
Shit.
Okay.
So the guy is saying, I'm gonna die. High love you could. Throw me on a pile and burn me up. That's detachment because of intense mad attachment for Vrindavan and Radha and Krishna. This is a very high level of consciousness. We don't have it, we wish we had it, maybe a few lifetimes we'll get it. I really worship this consciousness and offer all kinds of flowers to this consciousness. As I live in Vrindavan, I'm here 38 years living, and hear different things here and there. I become more and more amazed. The word chamatkar applies to Brijvasis. Brijvasis are chamatkar jana. Chamatkar, astonishing individuals. There's Brijvasis that get glaucoma, they have disease on their eyes. And they get eye operation, they can go to Agra and get free eye surgery. And the Brijvasis says, I won't leave Vrindavan. I'd rather be blind. I'll see Krishna in my heart, but I won't leave Vrindavan. It's only 1.5 hour trip to Agra. They say, I'm born in Vrindavan, not leaving Vrindavan Mandal. I'm blind, okay, but I can see Krishna in my heart, so that's all that matters. So then you hear, you meet people like this. Ram Swarup, or one Brahmin used to come to Gopal Mandir all the time. His name was Ram Swarup, Goswami or something, I don't know, but his name was Ram Swarup. And he had that same disease, and he told me this, see, I'm not leaving, I'll stay here. He couldn't see for the last 10 years of his life. So let's get back to Radharani's glorification, because Radharani is a Brijvasi, and she also likes to hear about Brijvasi. So she'll be happy. So let's see what else we have. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. There's one Sanchari Bhav called envy. This is Matsaya, it's called Asuya. Asuya. Malice, jealousy, envy. Padyavali, one of the Sakhis of Radharani said, let's just see how the Sakhis can talk to each other. It's amazing how they're pretty bold. One Sakhi said to Radharani, listen Sakhi, don't be so puffed up. Because Krishna has decorated your forehead with his own hand. You know, maybe Krishna will become attracted to another beautiful girl. I see that the decoration on your forehead is made very nicely. It appears that Krishna was not too disturbed while painting it. Because we hear when Krishna paints Radharani's feet, what happens? It all becomes sloppy. And Radharani kicks Krishna away and calls him Manjari to finish the job. Because Krishna's making a sloppy job, because he touches Radharani's feet, he becomes agitated. He starts trembling. So this Sakhi is really showing, getting envious of Radharani, it sounds like. Otherwise, he wouldn't have painted such exact lines. This is an example of envy caused by Radharani's good fortune. So Radharani wasn't envious. Another Sakhi was envious of Radharani. Because sometimes people ask, is envy in the spiritual world? Yeah. Mine is based on envy. So, figure that out. But it doesn't end in destruction. It doesn't end in anger or fighting or, it's in some fighting also. But it all ends on a sweet note. Madhuram Samapad, everything ends sweetly. That wasn't so much on Radharani, but this is, there's another example of someone getting envious for Radharani. That's not too exciting to read about. So he saw Radharani Krishna's footprints, they're getting envious. Hey, who's for? That's in the Bhagavatam when they both left together in the Rasleela. So who get envious? Vipaksha Sakis, the rival party of Chandravali. That's always going on. It increases the lila. Oh, yes. It's there, it's described, it's written about. This is about called bodha, the quality of being alert, wakeful, or restless. Bodha like means to be awake, basically. When Radharani first saw Krishna, she suddenly became conscious of all transcendental happiness. Then the functions of her different limbs were stunned. Lita then whispered in Radharani's ear the Holy Krishna's name. At that time, Radharani immediately opened her eyes very wide. This is an instance of alertness or wakefulness caused by hearing Krishna's name. One time in a joking mood, Krishna said to Radharani, "My dear Radharani, I am going to give up your company." Upon saying this, Krishna immediately disappeared. Because of this, Radharani became so afflicted that the color of her body changed, and she immediately fell down on the ground of Vrindavan. She had practically stopped breathing, but when she smelled that's this girl. When she smelled the flowers on the ground, she awoke in ecstasy and got up. This is an instance of transcendental alertness caused by smelling. That's pretty amazing. One night, Radharani was talking in a dream. This is not good if it's in Yavat. No fan? Why not? There's no electricity? What? Do you want a fan? Nobody needs fan. Okay. I have a fever, so I'm going out. So fan me a little bit. So, Radharani was talking in a dream. Who was she talking about? Krishna. She said, "Krishna, please don't play any more jokes on me. Please stop. Please don't touch my clothes either. Otherwise, I'll tell all the elderly persons in Braj about your naughty behavior." While she was talking like this, she suddenly woke up and saw Jatila standing in front of her. Alright, Radharani became ashamed and bowed her head. This is an instance of alertness after waking from sleep. My God, that's a calamity, that's a disaster. Hey Krishna, stop choking me, stop touching my clothes. Come on, Jatila. Oh my God. How do you say mother-in-law?
Sasu.
Shashu.
Sasuma. Sas.
Shashi.
Sauce.
Shashi.
Sauce.
Here's another example. That's an amazing one. You imagine that one. You're talking in your sleep about your girlfriend, your mother's wake you up. Yeah, what were you talking about, huh? What? While I was sleeping, a messenger came from Krishna. I immediately awakened. Oh, that's good. I imagine she would. Okay, let's see. Okay, 60. Yeah, it seems like you could need some time for me. Okay, 66. Okay, this is a blessing from Rupa Goswami. You ready to be blessed by Rupa Goswami? Say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You're so tired and hungry. You can't even say yes. I relate to that. Once Krishna told Radharani, "Oh Saki, when you tried to meet me in the morning, your friend Mekhala was full of envy. Just look at her." When Krishna was joking with Radharani this way, Radharani moved her eyebrows crossly. Rupa Goswami praised that everyone will be blessed by this movement of Radharani's eyebrows. This is an instance of generation of malice and ecstatic love for Krishna. So, the thing that Rupa Goswami wants us to have darshan of Radharani's crossed eyebrows when Krishna was saying that one of her friends is envious of her good fortune. That's really a very humorous idea of Rupa Goswami. You understand something about his personality. He's very dearly to himself. It's a very amazing part of the book, actually. Rupa Goswami praised everyone be blessed by seeing Radharani's eyebrows in a crossed way when Krishna jokes with her. I mean, the rasa of this book is amazing, actually. I think there's something over here also. Once Radharani was standing on the bank of the Yamuna in the forest of Vrindavan. She was attacked by Krishna, who is stronger than she is. Externally, she expressed disturbed mood for this, although within herself she was smiling and feeling greatly happy. Externally, Radharani moved her eyebrows, made a show rejecting Krishna. In this mood, Radharani looked very beautiful. Rupa Goswami glorifies her beauty. This is an instance of varying feelings and ecstatic love, cause is one only, cause of Krishna. Okay. Well, this is a very embarrassing situation here. When it's Janmashtami, and Nanda Maharaj was celebrating Janmashtami in Nandagram. And he invited Vrishabhana Maharaj and Sridham and everyone, Radharani, to come to Barsana and Nandagram and celebrate Krishna's birth. And during that Janmotsav festival in Nandagram, Radharani was wearing a golden necklace given by Krishna. Mother Yashoda saw this, and so did Kirtida. Radharani's mother and Krishna's mother saw this golden necklace. They knew that Yashoda, it was too long for, it was Krishna's neck. It was Krishna's golden necklace he gave to Radharani. But it was too long for her neck was hanging down too far. So everybody understood. So at the same time, Radharani could see Krishna nearby, and Abhimanyu also. Seeing all these things together, Radharani became very ashamed. With her face shriveled, she looked very beautiful. In this example, there's a feeling of bashfulness, anger, jubilation, and lamentation. This is a combination of different ecstatic feelings. Well, that's an amazing combination. You know, mother, you're wearing Krishna's personal necklace, and your husband sees this beautiful, costly golden necklace. He said, I didn't give that to her. And Yashoda said, that's my son. I gave that necklace to Krishna. and Kirtida said, that necklace is too long for my daughter. They're all having different thoughts. They're always feeling all these different bhavas, and oh my God. I want to disappear into the ground right now, you know. I want the ground to open up and I'll jump inside Bhumi. Oh, Bhumi, give me shelter. No escape. When you're going to get embarrassed, you're going to get embarrassed. You can't avoid it. It's a big time embarrassment. And that she was angry, you know, and all different feelings, yeah. I think this will be the last one. We'll save more for next year. Because I'm kind of tired of carrying on. I can't. It's pretty. So it's a long time anyway. So one more. See what ends up here. This is very sleepy weather when it's cloudy or rainy. These are great days to sleep, you know. Cloudy, late afternoon, rain. You can't go outside. Okay, open the window, get some breeze. Listen to the rain. Okay, go into dreamland. It's very conducive. I may just do that. Okay, let's see what this one is. I don't know. Oh yeah. This is Hasiras, so that's a nice note to end on. Chapter 33, this is Gona Rasas. There's 7 Gona Rasas and 5 Mukhya Rasas. So Hasirati, Vismayrati, Utsaharati, Shokarati, etc. Vira Bhuta, this is Hasirati, laughter, comedy, humor, etc. Krishna stole some yogurt from the pots of 2 gopis, and Krishna told this to one of the gopi friends, who he stole from. He said, my dear beautiful Sakhi, I take an oath, I have not stolen a drop of yogurt from your pot. But still your Sakhi Radharani is very shamelessly smelling my mouth. Kindly forbid Radharani from this devious policy of placing her face near mine. When Radharani was speaking like this, all the gopis of Radharani and Radharani could not check their laughter. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Shri Radhashtami Utsav Ki Jai. That's it. Jai Shri Radhe.